This Shabbos we bench is Chodesh Sivan, and we know that this which is Chodesh Sivan, they came to Har Sinai, we can learn out in two ways. One, it says, "V'chodesh hashlishi b'yom hazeh yotzi tzivis Yisrael Mitzrayim b'yom hazeh." And we learn another place, b'yom hazeh, that goes on Rish Chodesh. So we learn out from b'yom hazeh they came on Rish Chodesh Sivan. And you go further, there's the Tosfos asks on that. Why do we learn out from Midbar? Midbar is mamish the Torah. And says two psukim on Midbar. And we can learn out from there. So what is the difference between Hayom Hazeh and Midbar? First of all, Midbar is talking about something else. It's what happened over there. Hayom Hazeh is the actual day. So as we know, in Rish Chodesh Sivan, it was Ki Ish Echad B'Lev Echad. They didn't have bittul. And Hayom Hazeh is a bittul of Ava. Or. Yom is Or, day is light. And Or, light is Hispashtus. So we see over here is that when it comes to Chodesh Sivan, there's the idea of bittul of Or Yom. The bittul of Ava. Ava of Derech Melech is Hispashtus, spread out. Light spreads out. Yira, on the other hand, is enclosed. Afraid and everything else. You're limited. You're stuck. Earth is Hispashtus. And it's coming to tell us that the whole idea is not necessarily to have the bittul of the Nefesh Elikis, but you also have to have the bittul of the Nefesh Bahamis, your Metzias. The same thing when the moon starts to shine, the Moed HaLevana. We announced the Moed HaLevana on Shabbos Nevarchim, before we bless the new month. So the Moed HaLevana is a Metzius. It's an Akuda. It's a small size of the Levana that shines, and that shows that there is a Metzius. But together with the Metzius, there is bittul. And the reason why is that because knows that it comes from the Mar, from the source of light. He knows that his whole light comes from the sun. It comes from the sun. So therefore it's bebittul. Midbar, on the other hand, is total nullification. That we learn Torah as a midaber, someone that talks, but it's midaber, it talks by itself. That means you're totally nullified. You have no existence at all. And that's the reason when someone is a yesh, that's the opposite of Torah. Someone that holds himself big, he boasts his existence. That is the opposite of the Torah, because the Torah is in a bittul. It's a hamshach of the essence. And that's why when Hashem wanted to give the Torah, it says That is the day that there was a sinner, a hate to all the other nations. And God chose the Jewish people, but not because they're children of God, not because of their actions at all. Just in the essence, where God is revealed, the essence of God. Over there they're both equal, and still he chooses Yaakov. Esav he hates. And came down a sinner to all the Ummah Elam. What does it really speak about? The Nefesh Bahamis. So the Nefesh Lekis, which becomes Batal, is not such a big Chidush. The godly soul is always nullified to God. That's not a Chidush. The Chidush is Nefesh Bahamis. So when we learn Torah, we have the koyach to rectify our nefesh bahamis, to refine our nefesh bahamis. And since now the Chodesh Sivan also comes, that we have already 3 days in the last Sfira of counting the Sfira Soimer, so we already have the shleimus of a human being. And what is the shleimus of the human being? That his nefesh bahamis serves God. That's refined already. That our animalistic soul becomes refined. That's what is accomplished through Sfira Seimer. The Tarenu Kachenu, to make us pure and holy. Why would a human being do animalistic things? Animalistic things is what schleps the person down. An animal always looks down. An animal, it's very hard for an animal to pick up his head. He has to do something to pick up his head. While a human being doesn't have to do too much to lift his head. So why would we want to act like an animal? So we have to learn Torah, and that brings that the Nefesh Bahamis should be subdued. So that is the bittul which comes to the Nefesh Bahamis also. So that's the difference between Midbar and Yom Hazeh. But the whole purpose is that we should draw down a likus into this world. Because Yom Hazeh, the only thing we can point to and say Zeh is Atzmos. Zeh Keli Vanvehu. Or Zeh, they pointed to God by Kriyas Yamsuf, the kids. And said, we see Hashem. They saw godliness. But on anything else, you can't say Zeh. Because nothing is in existence besides God. God is the only true existence. So when you say Yom Hazeh, that reaches the essence of God. So we see over here is that it's greater, the idea of Yom Hazeh over Midbar. The whole purpose is it should be brought down into the world. And that's Nasiv and Ishma, that they had two crowns. Either one crown for Nasa or one crown for Nishma, or because they said first Nasa before Nishma, then it's okay. So when can Nishma be complete? That's only if there's Nasa beforehand. Nasa is Ratzui. You have a longing to God, and not just your Nefesh Lekis, but your Nefesh Bahamis also has a longing to God. And then it comes down to the Metzius of the person, Nishma. Yom Hazeh. So through our Avodah of Keish Echad B'Leiv Echad, the idea of bitul to Hashem. As we said, it's not enough bitul to Hashem, but also it's talking about complete bitul to Hashem, and the essence of God is revealed in our bodies. That's how we have the idea that you can live one with another Jew. Because we have the drawing down of the essence of comes Yom Hazeh. So when can the mitzvahs be done in a way that you're total bottle, that's dafka through nasa beforehand, the ratzui. But the ratzui is more of a metzius that you want to be connected to God, and shuv is actual mitzvahs. You're doing what Hashem wants us. So the Eibush shall help that by strengthening in our avodah of Torah and mitzvahs, we'll be zeichet to kabbalas ha-Torah b'simcha v'pnimius, and automatically we'll have kabbalas Mashiach b'simcha u'v'pnimius. Yechi adineinu mereinu v'rabbeinu melech ha-Mashiach le'elam v'ad. Yechi adineinu mereinu v'rabbeinu melech ha-Mashiach le'elam v'ad. Long live our master, teacher, and every king Mashiach forever and ever.